Geezer Gang!
The man himself, Martyn Ewoma.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Thanks for joining us today, man.
No, thanks for having me.
Of course.
How are you?
All right.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Enjoying the sun?
Yeah, very
Looking
much
very
so.
colourful today.
I try.
Got your shorts on. Wiz didn't get the memo.
He's prepared,
obviously.
yeah, he's prepared. I was sweating on the
He
drive
did get
up
the
there,
memo.
I'm not going to lie.
But yeah, here we are, man. What have you been doing this summer? Anything much?
So had an internship with The Guardian, so I was working there for like 2 weeks.
Sick.
That was pretty intensive, like office environment, so I'd sort of commute 9 to 6. That's the first time I've had like a regimented work schedule, so
Right.
it was a nice change of pace. And then either side of that, I've just been freelancing, doing my photography, a bit of writing and stuff. Had the opportunity to work for Crash magazine, so I wrote a
Sick.
piece about a charity football match. So there was like loads of MCs participating. I was kind of like just writing about the fact that I think music's often villainized and used as a scapegoat for a lot of the socio-economic issues that sort of like lead to knife crime. So it was really interesting and gratifying to do something like that too. So yeah, just juggling photography and
Yeah.
You've
writing.
been very busy then.
Busy man.
So where was the internship? Was that in London?
London, yeah.
Oh,
So the
cool.
Guardian's headquarters is right by King's Cross Station.
Sick.
So were you commuting from Derby or were
No,
you
no,
you were
so-
staying up there?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
making your
I
way
have
down
friends in
there?
Brixton, so I'd stay with them and then go from
Brixton.
Yeah, the ends.
The ends, the bits, man. Any leisure? You've been doing no leisure, chilling, holidays, out drinking, boozing?
Yeah, quite a bit to be
Yeah.
honest. Like one of my best friends got a job as a fashion buyer, so
Sick.
we were out celebrating last night. So I'm
Sick.
a little bit worse for wear,
Hungover.
but
You're looking good though, man.
thank you.
Yeah, man. Hey, did you catch any of the World Cup? I know
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
into football.
yeah, heavy into
Yeah.
it.
What did you think to England's run?
I was actually lucky. Like I shot some of the England team just before the World Cup for
Ah,
Nike,
yeah, yeah.
and like I've never supported England growing up because my family are Cameroonian.
Right.
But having met them, like they were all like really nice lads, and I found myself like getting behind them just on a personal level.
Yeah.
It's like anything, like you know, if you meet someone in a bar and you get on with them, you just want to see them like do well.
Yeah.
So
You know
yeah,
the person behind.
So when you
the
was
image.
watching England, you were like, "That's my boy Trippier, Pico,
Nah.
Usain good, Stonesy, Maiji."
nah, they definitely would not remember me if I saw them again, but they were cool at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sweet,
Sick.
sweet, sweet.
So the Prem's starting soon.
Mm.
You ready for that, Wiz?
I am, yeah. Like I said, the World Cup's rekindled my passion
For footy?
For footy,
Yeah.
and I'm ready for the changes within the team.
Yeah, yeah.
Arsenal. I'm ready to see.
They switched it up
Are
after
you an
the
Arsenal
season.
fan?
Yeah, I am an Arsenal fan. Yeah. And
All
you are,
Arsenal
I believe,
fans.
as well,
You're
aren't you?
Arsenal
I feel
fan.
like all black people support Arsenal.
The
Like,
majority.
I don't know what it is, but it's like some weird like.
I think it's Henri.
It was the Henry effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Henry effect, Vieira effect.
All
All of them players back in
G's,
the
yeah.
day just setting standards.
It's
Wasn't
just
it?
Because I was a Derby fan, and then I realised they were just
Yeah.
they weren't doing nothing, so I just liked Henri and
I feel like Derby are the Championship Arsenal though.
just flop.
Yeah, just in the sense that-
Disappointments,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
disappointments.
Like, they start off
Yeah,
the season
totally.
quite well. It gets to about December. I don't know if they get like a bit too relaxed because of Christmas or what, but everything just capitulates.
Yeah. You're right. But this season, what we've got a new manager,
Yeah.
a couple new players. I don't know who they are. Don't know if you
I
do.
do not know.
Terrell with the Uruguayan, he's really good. He's sick.
Yeah, what position does he play? Fill us in. Fill us in,
Defensive mid,
Okay.
which I felt like. Have you seen what's it called Zoolander?
No.
Zoolander. There's a character called Nagatu, and he has this monologue where it's just like, oh, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm the only one saying this because like a really obvious problem keeps repeating itself.
Right.
And that's how I felt watching
Yeah.
Arsenal not buying a new defensive
Yeah, yeah.
midfielder.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's mind blowing.
I think it's been since Vieira went. They've not really
Not
strengthened
replaced
in
that,
that
no.
position.
Yeah, and then Gilberto Silva was
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
like
he
a
was a
good
good guy.
job. And then there was like half a season where it seemed like Coquelin was going to be good.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
he
he
just
just-
thought,
Then
nah,
he lost his
fancy
head,
it.
Yeah.
I could be good at football, but nah.
I'm not up for it anymore.
Yeah.
So
Moving on from Arsenal, well, not moving on, but just another sort of side to it. Have you seen the potential takeover talks?
big money takeover talks.
Big money.
Not recently. I feel like every season there's some sort of takeover talk.
I know,
I'll sort
how
of wait
serious
to
is
see if
that?
it materialises.
It
How
seems
serious
pretty
is it?
serious. It's a guy. Let me get his name.
I think he's
His name is Aliko Dangote.
Is it the Nigerian guy?
Richest man in Africa. He's meant to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. I've
He
heard
says by
about that one.
2020 he wants to buy the club.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I think he made his money in like cement. or-
Concrete, concrete,
Yeah,
cement,
yeah.
And I think a bit of oil as well. I read.
so him buying Arsenal's like me buying a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's
So
nothing.
it's like, I
Drop
buy
a
Fair
the
bill.
change.
one bill, easy money.
He'll get change with whatever note he's paying with, probably.
Yeah, 50 quid change. He'll probably use it for his bum when he goes toilet. But yeah, man, I hope we have a good season.
Definitely.
Because I've been hurting for years.
Mate, for my sanity, we need to have a good season. I've suffered in it.
I hear that.
It's been a winning joke, but it's serious, man. Like, no girl can ever hurt me the way Arsenal have over the years, you know.
Connect.
I feel like Drake when I'm watching them. Like, I'll be watching fucking Arsenal play, listening to like Marvin's Room
Get
and
all
shit.
up in
Getting
your
up,
It's
feelings.
emotional.
Emotional, isn't it? Speaking of hurting, I don't know how much you know about 6ix9ine, the rapper.
Yep.
So,
How can you not?
Perhaps my least favourite person ever.
well, this is a great topic then. So he got robbed, beat
Oh
up,
yeah.
Attempted
Kidnapped,
kidnapping, yeah.
apparently for $250,000 worth of jewellery.
Good times.
Are you happy about that?
I feel like I shouldn't be, but it's pretty funny. Only because I've seen so many interviews or tweets or posts where he almost sort of like incites or seems to be like challenging people to do this sort
Come
of
find
shit.
me, come get me.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what he does to get eyes on him and ears on his music. Like, he's like a troll. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's a troll.
He is, yeah, he is. But when you do it at that sort of level that he does it,
Yeah.
you've got
It's
to
dangerous,
expect
but
something
like,
to come back on you eventually.
true. But he's
Just acting
still
ignorant
like,
to everyone.
he's still making money. People listen to his music. His views are going up, streams. But obviously
Yeah.
now look what's happened. He's got
But exactly. But he's all of the stuff that he's done is through controversy and through
true.
a lot of negativity.
It's
you would
not.
say,
It's
been
not the.
surrounded by
It's
him.
not the organic way to get yourself to that position, is it?
No. So then
The
you're going to
thing-
attract the wrong kind of people.
The thing is, before like I knew who he was or anything, I heard what's it called, Gummo. And
Yeah.
I thought it was like a good song and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. And I kind of feel like it's just unnecessary. Like if you really feel as though you have to sort of incite that controversy for your like come up or your image or whatever, that's one thing. But now he's like rich and successful and famous, and he has a kid, and it's sort of like you have the platform to just live a normal life
Yeah.
and not
Give it a rest now.
incite all
So
this
basically you could
negativity.
chill, but he
It's
ain't-
unnecessary.
Yeah. Have you seen his new video with Nicki Minaj?
No, as I said, I listened to like that Gummo track and I liked it, and then I found
that
out
was
he's-
it.
Yeah, but now I found out he's a paedophile, so
True.
sort of checked out.
True. He's definitely an
An
individual.
Controversial
Insane
character.
character.
Yeah. Not. He's a bit of a Marmite, isn't he?
Like your boy.
Either love him or you hate him.
Like your boy Ghost from Power. You've been watching the new season,
Yeah, I love Power.
yeah? I mean, I've watched the first 2. How many seasons is there? 5 now.
5. Yeah.
I've watched the first 4. Have you watched? Do you watch?
I got up
A
to
bit, and yeah.
3 or 4, yeah, and then I
Yeah.
tapered
I
off.
checked out now. 5th season. It was just. I wanted to get in there and get involved. You know what I mean? I
His
wanted
son's doing a Madders now, isn't he?
His son's on some. Yo, he's
Mate,
drinking
he's-
lean.
He's on one.
Is he
He was drinking lean,
throwing up the double cups?
Yeah, man.
In
He's
season
coming
4,
like
he was
a-
on it hard. 50 Cent got him on that good, you know what I mean? But what's been happening in season 5 then?
Just a whole heap of madness, but
Obviously.
yeah, like
that's all
it's,
it is.
I don't want to like drop any spoilers, but basically something really bad happens to the family at the end of season 4. So it's
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Okay,
that
yeah.
because it was the daughter.
yeah. Well,
She
okay,
got-
you've spoiled it now.
Sorry,
for anyone who
folks.
hasn't
Sorry,
seen it,
sorry,
but
folks.
Set you up.
yeah, it's
Sorry,
basically
Set you up. So I'll never have to watch
You
it now.
made me- yeah.
he's basically like, on a revenge tip.
yeah. But he's linking up with 50 Cent
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah. I remember the last bit of season 4, but something else that has really been interesting for me to watch is Atlanta.
Yeah, I love Atlanta.
Love Atlanta.
It's,
Was it the season finale recently?
Yeah.
Last Sunday I think it was. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What did
So-
you think of that?
I really enjoyed
Don't
it.
spoil it for me because I've not watched it, but you can touch on it.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of person would ruin a show for people?
True, yeah. I'm a bad person. I'm just going to take a back seat for a second.
So in terms of not kind of spoiling it, but from your perspective, like, I think you can watch the show and just take it for what it is, but I feel like there is like an underlying message within it. And I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on where you feel it's heading and kind of what do you take from the show. Because I think Donald Glover's a smart guy
He's a
Oh,
sick
yeah,
guy.
definitely.
in terms of the messages. he's
Yeah,
sending.
he's someone I look up to quite a lot, actually. I don't know, as you say, I sort of just watch it, not leisurely, but I've never thought there's one overarching message, so to speak. I think it's just about humanising people. Like, obviously you guys will know as well, being rappers and stuff, like, a lot of people's perception of you is very much like just from your music and your songs or what they consume on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing's the product of like a whole backlog of hard work and network in the studio, that sort of thing. I think the show's good in the sense that it shows like the sort of like trials and tribulations of like Paperboy, the guy like being a musician, and Ernie like being a manager, and just showing like the behind the scenes
Not just the glitz and the glam.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a much more concise way of making my point. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know how you even came to the point to think that there's more to it, because I just watch it and laugh.
No, I do as well. But it was a conversation that I was having with Tara, and she was just kind of giving me her take on it. And I'm very much the same. I'll just sit back and I'll just watch it for what it is. You know, I think in different episodes there are bits. You kind
underlining messages. I get that.
Definitely.
I get that.
There are episodes that are almost something of a social commentary. Like there's an episode where like I forgot Ern's girlfriend's name, but she's trying to go to this party because like Drake's meant to be there.
Yeah.
That was featured on his album, the audio from that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And there's conversations with her and the girls about like what they think they'll gain in return from like getting an Instagram post with him and that kind of thing.
That kind of stuff I get. Like,
So I don't know if I might be looking too deep into it. I don't think the episode was specifically making a point about people's sort of social media, but that is something that could be taken
I
from
think
it.
it
Like
must
really,
be.
really like
I think there's a
analysing.
mixture of episodes that have underlining messages and some that are just like funny.
That's what I mean. Like I don't think there's like one overarching point that I reckon the show's trying to make. I think it's more about showing all the different intricacies of like navigating like whilst back in America in the modern world.
Right.
And that encompasses loads of different subject matter.
Right. Sick. Shall we get into this? We want to try a new game with you today. It's not a game, but it's just a bit of a segment that we.
Okay.
It's a warm up.
It's a warm up.
Okay.
Get you warmed up, ready for the nitty gritty. So, we're gonna call it this or that.
Okay.
This or that. So we're gonna give you two options of this or that, and you've got 2 seconds. So it's quick fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
You might want to stretch out for this one.
Yeah. It's
Alright.
going to be strenuous.
That's it.
Tell me when you're ready.
All right, go.
Batty or breast?
Batty.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
Nice. Sweet or savoury?
Savoury.
Chicken or chickpeas?
Chickpeas.
Adi or Nike?
Nike.
Okay. 97s or 95s?
97s.
Film or TV?
Film.
Trump or Theresa May?
Well, I'm going to need more than 2 seconds. Right? Pass.
Pass. Cool. Pass. Chill or go out?
Go out.
Drink or drugs?
Drink.
Steak or salmon?
Salmon.
Knew you was going to say that. Crepes or shoes?
Shoes.
Nice.
Porn or press?
My mum's going to watch this, man.
Sorry, Mum.
I'm a child of God. Neither.
Pass. It's a pass. There we go. It's a pass. He's a bad lad. This guy is. You ready to get into the nitty gritty now? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Excellent. Let's get to know Martyn. So I think first and foremost, just for everybody at home who maybe doesn't know, what do you define yourself as? Is it a photographer? Is it a journalist? Is it something beyond that?
I'd say photographer and writer if I was to, I don't know, define a job role. But moreover, I think I just sort of like think about points I want to make, whether it be sociological or political, or even just something I want to do artistically, and then sort of like go down whatever medium I think is the best avenue to do that. So most of the time it is photography or writing,
Right.
but I definitely would be open to like working in other mediums if I thought that was the best way to portray a message I was trying to get across.
Right. So photography came first, naturally to you.
Yeah.
After sort of leaving school, was it? Or
No, so kind of. I actually thought I wanted to be an architect. Like I think subconsciously I always like wanted to do something artistic, but I felt a kind of pressure to do something in the more academic hemisphere. So I always thought like architecture would be a good compromise in that you get to design stuff, but it still has that career stability and implements like maths and physics and stuff. I think like I internalised this belief that I had to do something academic to please my parents and stuff, which wasn't the case at all. Like they're really supportive of like whatever I do, but I think I just sort of thought, being from a West African background and because they're very educated, I'd have to do something like that.
Right.
So I was doing A-levels with a view of doing architecture, so I did like physics, history, English and graphics. And then in doing graphics, like I just sort of found photography and got into it that way. So I'd just be uploading photos of my friends to like Tumblr and stuff, and they'd get like circulated quite a lot, and people started like sending me free crows and offering me like money to shoot my friends, and it just sort of like
So,
catapulted.
isn't it?
Yeah, like when you're 18 and stuff, it's the most exciting thing in the world, like just being given money to take photos of your mates and that. So it sort of started from there, really.
Sick. So after that sort of period of you snowballing your name on Tumblr and things like that, you then took the academic route?
Yeah, I decided to study at a university in Birmingham.
Okay, so did you use that to sort of propel your network in terms of
It was
meeting new
almost
people?
kind of like, I think I went to uni because I sort of thought I don't have the means to support myself for 3 years independently. So going to uni and getting a loan and having accommodation just allowed me to like go and sort of like network and build my portfolio and stuff like that. As for the course itself, I don't think it was like hugely beneficial, really.
Right. So what did you? Are you saying that the main thing you got from uni is the networking and getting yourself out there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, like, the lecturers at uni were like very attentive, and I have like a lot of respect for them. And as photography courses go, Birmingham's is good because they do put a focus on the industry. So I'm not saying like, oh, it was terrible, there's no value to be had from it, but at the same time, I don't think a degree in photography alone is going to be the make or break of your career.
Right. So I know your industry client list is obviously quite big. I've got it here. There's Vogue, British Vogue, BBC, Guardian, Clash, Nike, Complex. There's loads. So what sort of opened the door to you getting in contact with them sort of bigger?
I think it's being like entrepreneurial. Like the first sort of big break, so to speak, was Complex when I was 19, and it's because like I'd gone to Fashion Week just to take photos of people's outfits for myself, and then the next season I sort of thought, I've got like a good body of photos, so I found out who the editor was and emailed him and said, oh, this is what I did at the last Fashion Week, I'd love to come down and have a meeting with you and possibly do it for you next season if you'd be interested. So I went down, like had a portfolio review with him, had like a meeting at the headquarters and stuff. It was the most nerve-wracking day ever. Like I remember before going into the meeting, I like felt physically sick.
Yeah, like you did before the podcast today.
Yeah. No, this is obviously much bigger. This is...
Of course.
Yeah,
You know what it
The
is.
epitome.
Been psyching myself out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so since doing that, it's just portfolio based. So once you can say to someone, oh, I did this for Complex, they'll be more inclined to.
Yeah.
And it just sort of goes from there.
So it all snowballs into...
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So in terms of them kind of sort of companies and whatnot, where's the main place you see yourself, whether it's doing photography or writing?
I don't know. Like when I was sort of getting into photography, I kind of like made plans for what I wanted to do eventually, and most of that stuff like I've done really. So I don't really have like set goals, so to speak. It's just like as and when I think of stuff that I think would be interesting to pursue.
Or you could just retire early and get a job at Co-op.
Yeah, exactly.
Done it all, innit? There's no more.
Yeah.
Reach the ceiling.
Become a rapper.
Hang up my camera.
Become a local geezer. Take you on board.
Yeah.
Why not?
Send over my demo.
Open invitation
Yes.
whenever.
Send over your demo. We'll get Ted to listen over it and take it from there.
I'm Rufus as well. Look, we've got a dream rap team
Exactly.
forming soon. Once we get
Ganged
that
off.
auto-tune for you, mate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Literally, cypher soon comes.
Yeah, man. Watch out for that. So, one question I want to ask you, because it's something that we have to deal with, like in terms of the industry. What do you like and dislike about your industry that you're working in?
In terms of things I like, because like I'm relatively established, I have like more or less complete creative control over the stuff I do.
Yeah.
So in terms of like how I accumulate money, I basically think of things that I want to do or find interesting and then convince someone else to pay for it. So it very much is a case of just getting paid to like do what you want,
Right.
which is good. In terms of dislike, there's a lot of like big brands and magazines whereby because they have a big reputation, they think that you'll take less money than you deserve, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So there's been like countless offers I've had from like big companies or big magazines to do something, and the budget isn't reflective of how big the job is. And from their point of view, they'll think, oh, anyone would be happy to just be seen as synonymous with like a company as big as us, so they'll do it. And then there's an element of surprise. I'm like, no, kind of thing. So it's kind of frustrating that you know when you don't do something because you're being lowballed, someone else will do it, and that's how they're able to do that.
I think a lot of young people though, they don't see that it's not just about money, things like that though.
Yeah.
Like you say, they're just for their portfolio or just for their self confidence or.
And don't get me wrong, like there's earlier in my career, there's been things I've done for not a big budget or even free, and it has been worthwhile. So I'm not saying that like, unless someone's offering you a big check, it's not worth it. But I just mean, when you get to the point where you're established and confident that you're of a professional standard, then you should be treated accordingly.
Yeah, of course.
Nice. I think it's interesting that you've said about having sort of full creative control, because one of the things I was looking over your website this morning, and one of the things for me with quite a lot of the articles is, again, there seems to be like a real positive message behind them. So in terms of, you mentioned it earlier, the Hackney Wick FC, the game, was that your creation? Was that your idea to publicise it in terms of cover it?
Whilst I was working at The Guardian, I can't remember how I came to know of it. It must have just been someone I was talking to on the way to work, and they let me know about it. And I just decided that it was something I wanted to cover and get involved in. So yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
I mean, I could talk for ages. I mean, I could just go on and on. I think
a couple more questions. So in terms of for yourself, what's been your personal favourite project to work on?
That is a really difficult one. The thing I did that you guys were involved in, the BBC thing about music around the Midlands, that was like really gratifying to me, because we have in Cameroon, where my family's from, where my dad's from, they have this saying that basically means it takes a village to raise a child. The basic idea being that people need to work collectively, and if you're successful alone and you don't help the people around you, then you aren't actually successful. And so the idea I had for that was kind of like thinking, because I've been given the opportunity to work with the BBC, I spoke to someone on their photo team, and they were willing to like commission any project I thought of. So for me, the fact that I was able to like utilise that and like help the people around me and everyone sort of get some exposure and stuff,
of course.
That's something that's always been like very prominent in my mind as a goal. So that was probably that one.
Sick. Leading on from his question, who's your favourite artist or person, individual that you've photographed?
That's really hard.
You can have a top three then.
Okay. JK.
Obviously, come on.
Yeah, big fan of him. Man, that is really hard.
What's that?
Big. It goes without saying.
It's alright. It's alright. You probably forgot about that one.
I was leading onto it.
Yeah, it's alright. It's okay.
Eyes is a big one. Like all throughout school, like I'd watch his videos and stuff. So meeting him and like becoming mates with him as well has been really cool.
Oh, the shoot for High Snob.
Yeah,
in Birmingham.
Yeah,
you showed us the other day.
Spaghetti Junction.
Yeah, very sick.
There's a model called Yu Stone, and she's been like one of my favourite models. Like I always like you have the editorial shoes, and I got to work for a soccer Bible, so that was really cool.
Sick. Did you arrange that, or did they provide you with the models?
No, like I got to do the casting, so I chose the models I was going to have and stuff. So yeah.
So in terms of like when you're working with these companies, does it ever inspire you to sort of collab with certain people off your own back, like different artists in terms of photographers, video editors, or?
In what sense?
So in a sense where like, as a musician, we could collab with, well, we obviously collab with Rufus because he works in-house with us, but in terms of you doing a project with someone else from a different background.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, a lot of the time when I have an idea before pitching it to a magazine, it's because I specifically want to work with someone.
Right.
So there's been like models or stylists or musicians where I really like what they're doing, and I sort of think, how could we work together? And that a lot of the time is what sort of like catalyses a concept.
Right, of course. Sick. So
And so in terms of that, is that something that from start to finish you organise? So you know, you mentioned the casting. Do you do the casting? You formulate the idea. Do you do the final edits of the images?
Yeah,
so is
yeah.
you're completely controlling it from beginning
In a sense,
to
like,
the end, to when you
collaborate,
send it off to them?
yeah,
to
collaboration
post?
is important though. Like, I have a lot of creative control, but I'm always open when I'm working with stars, especially. It's really important to allow them to do their job and let them, you know.
Bring their skill set to the
Exactly,
table
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
So, if I'm doing a fashion editorial, for example, I'll put mood boards together and maybe send it to a stylist or something, but whatever they think outfit-wise is the right way to go, they have the final say on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the same time, it's like if I was doing a shoot, I wouldn't want someone telling me how to take photos.
yeah, it's their job.
Yeah, exactly. And same with makeup artists. Like, I can give them a mood board and give them a general idea or feel of what we're trying to do, but they at the same time need to have the freedom to do their job properly. So although I do have a lot of creative control, I think being open to collaboration is really important.
See.
Get the best out of everyone.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Would you ever sort of industry change or like go into a different field of creativity other than when you start rapping?
Yeah,
Of course.
obviously. I don't think it's necessarily even a case of changing. Like, I think there's a lot of fluidity in the industry now, whereby
yeah, of course.
because like I do quite a lot of writing and journalism and photography. When like I'm writing something, I don't consider myself like not a photographer anymore or anything like that. It's more a case of like when I think of something I want to do, I'll just do that. But I don't think I have to like retire from anything or stop doing something to do
Yeah.
something else. It's just as and when.
Sick. What makes you happy?
No, that's deep.
You can get deep with it. Like,
Literally 0 to 100. Obviously, seeing your friends do well, like you guys with the podcast, we're both in the Geese are doing show at Vines that's coming next month. Get tickets for that.
cop your tickets. Link below.
Yeah. No, like seeing people around me like pushing themselves and doing well is like big for me as
Yeah.
well.
It's motivating. Yeah.
Like, you probably don't know this, but I remember when we were at school, like even Benedict's, doing like saying sweets and chocolates and stuff, and then we left and we like saying caps and that,
Yeah.
and then you had like the Chubs brand and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't know anyone personally over that, like just seeing people like doing something, pushing themselves and being entrepreneurial was something that gives me like a lot of happiness.
Yeah, of course.
So I've always like admired you for that. So that's
Cheers,
something
bro.
that makes me happy. Like,
Thanks. I wouldn't touch. Get off.
You don't
Just
want,
get-
sorry,
just get
sorry,
off me.
sorry. Has anyone got a cloth or something?
It's 50 degrees today. It's hot. I've got my shorts on. It's hot. So yeah, I want to ask you about your personal style and who inspires you to. I don't know, when you go to put your outfit on or when you're buying pieces, like who do you look up to in a sense?
I look at like a lot of fashion editorials. So a lot of the time I'm sort of like seeing editorial and think, what can I buy? What's in my wardrobe that would achieve a similar look to
Yeah.
that? So it's not. I suppose vicariously there will be stylists who inspire the way I dress because of the way they style editorials, but I don't necessarily have it in my mind that it's them that I look up to, if you see what I mean.
Right.
So what kind of things do you, in terms of these editorials, what do you read regularly and what are you checking out?
Big fan of like ID, Dazed, obviously, Supplement Mag, Crash Magazine, Notion. Like I'm like a massive geek about magazines. Like I've got a massive collection at home. So basically, any train journey I have, I'll sort of like go to WH Smith and just get whatever jumps out at me.
See. Cost a pretty penny, them magazines, I tell you that, they don't come
Just
cheap.
me.
Can't you just read it on your phone? Maybe I'm just too tight.
Nah, it's something for me to think about.
Someone sign me. I need money.
For magazines.
Some magazines. So I've got 2 more questions for you. So
Okay.
it's a double question. You asked me this about 5 years ago, and I didn't know what to say at the time. So now I'm gonna ask you your favorite album and your favorite music video.
That's a big one. Good Kid, Mad City's up there.
Yeah.
I don't think I can pick out one specific album. The Ooze, King Cool's recent album is really good.
Sick.
Bon Ivier's self-titled album.
Okay.
That has got high scene and that's really good. Video-wise, I really like Super Duper Fly, Missy Elliott.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This Busta Rhymes one, what's it called? Give Me Some More, where
Okay.
like he's in his front garden and it's shot on like a fisheye ends.
Right.
That's really cool. Never Catch Me by Flying Lotus and Kendrick Lamar's got a good video. It's going to seem like I'm saying this like just because you guys are here, but you know the No Manners video? Like
yeah.
I've watched that bear recently.
Sick. Shout out Rufus.
Yeah, big up.
Yes. Gas ting. Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
Sick.
Lovely
Sick.
stuff. Yeah, man. Cool. And I think just sort of to round it all off, what can we look forward to from you in the future? Is there anything that's in the pipeline that we can keep our eyes peeled
Yeah,
for?
most definitely. Like I'm actually starting a master's in September, so I'm going to be doing media and communications with a view of sort of going even deeper into journalism.
Sick.
So that's probably going to lead to like filmmaking as well as more writing and photography and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully
Sick.
it's going
Lots
to be
to
a
come.
very
Sick.
prominent year.
Right, moving into the final part
It's
of
that time.
today's podcast.
It's that time for
Greasy versus
Cheesy.
Cheesy.
Okay, so
Do you know what that is?
I do.
You know the aim of the
rules
game,
and,
yeah?
and the
Yeah,
regulations of Greasy versus Cheesy. That's fantastic. Well, in that case, everyone at home, I'm sure you're aware, we can get right into it, can't we?
Jump
into
in.
it. All right, number one. He's in your sort of field, but I don't know if you will. No, you wouldn't act like this guy. So it's Terry Richardson.
Beyond cheesy, man.
Cheesy, yeah.
Beyond.
So
I almost don't feel like that word quite does it justice.
Yeah, I hear that. I seen that he's just been slandered left, right, centre for all this mad stuff. Is it true?
Mate, he's just been on a certified mad one for like 20 years.
Is he still getting paid though?
I know Condé Nast have sort of severed ties with him, so you can't really like GQ, Vogue, like
So none of the big mags.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where like it's not new information like what he's about. So obviously these magazines like will have known and stuff. It's just that now it's in the public eye.
They have
It's
to do
it's like,
something.
it's like a PR thing.
It's quite sad.
Yeah,
sad
that's
that that's the case.
Yeah, like in terms of like them actually severing ties because what he's doing is wrong or anything. That's never been like enough of a motivation, which is
Right.
kind of sad.
So if
Right.
it goes on in the background, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all right, effectively.
Yeah,
to
basically.
to them anyway.
Yeah, it's one of them where now, if you seem to be working with Terry Richardson, people are going to boycott you and you'll lose money,
Right.
which is why people are acting like they morally object to like what
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Obviously, before that was the case when everyone
just-
knew it was.
Yeah. Fair. So
Oh,
next
all the
one.
greasy or cheesy is going to be that deep, man.
Nah. That was the only deep one. The rest
Greasy or cheesy, bam, sexual assault.
I think if you'd have said greasy, then you'd have yeah.
Literally, the cops would be waiting
People would have been
outside like
clicking
thinking
off
to
this
catch
video.
a predator. Just get tackled
What are you
on
doing
the way
here?
out.
What are you doing here, man? What are you doing here?
Oh man.
Right. So the next one.
Girl, why you gotta do so many drugs, many drugs? Take it easy with your drugs or it can be a loss. You can be my pretty little darling Kate Moss, but take it easy with your drugs or it could be a loss.
Nah,
Sit
greasy,
down,
man.
Greasy, 100%. Okay. Cool.
Greasy.
This next one's a bit of a mad one. Mason Margiela's fall season collection for this year.
Okay.
There's 3 images, so just scroll across.
Yeah.
I mean, is it something you'd see yourself wearing, or
Shit.
it's a bit of a mad one? When I first saw
This
it,
third one's like, you know when you're at the airport and you have to like pay more for luggage, and you're like, nah, fuck that man, I'll just carry it. And someone's literally on
just
the
put
road.
everything on.
Yeah, someone's like going through ski get man, just like, no, I'm not paying 20 quid for more baggage, man. I'll carry it myself.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I had a problem the other day when I was coming back from holiday. I had a backpack and a suitcase. I was just about to get on the plane, and she was like, "Put your backpack in the suitcase." And I was thinking,
What?
"It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit." And she just made me do it. Oh
Like
my
it's one
gosh.
of them Russian doll things.
Yeah. Like, and I ended up jumping on my suitcase. To be fair.
You got it in there, then?
Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's it.
In it.
Under the safe.
I'm gonna have to say cheesy, man.
Cheesy.
Yeah. I don't have the vocabulary to explain what I'm seeing.
Not
but
too sure what's going on
yeah,
there.
I'm gonna have to say cheesy.
Bit confusing.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So this last one's a bit of a mad one. So basically, in China, they've recreated a Supreme store,
Yeah,
and it's just basically that's what it looks like from the outside.
I've seen this.
And if you take a look at this is basically it. So it's got sort of the traditional Supreme store layout.
It's all fake though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all fake.
Yeah.
It's all fake. But China, as you probably know, is the home for fake stuff, isn't it?
replicas and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In Cameroon, there's actually like a lot of Chinese migration, like because of counterfeit goods. Obviously, like it's a third world country, so people don't have the money to like buy designer stuff. So
Right.
it's basically like fake designer is the designer because it's still
Right.
more expensive. So
Right.
it's like mass Chinese migration for that reason.
Right.
I'm gonna say greasy. Though.
Greasy.
Yeah.
We don't like they're his views. They're his views.
We don't
not
condone
ours.
bootlegging.
No,
you
no,
know,
yeah, I mean-
especially not any of our music.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, me explain
Or videos.
myself. It reminds me of the shoot my friend, another really talented photographer called Omar Khalil did
Right.
for Hypebeast, where it was like all bootleg designer stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the point of it was sort of like being a social commentary about people's relationship with like designer brands and that kind of
Right.
thing. And it was a sick shoot, so I don't condone bootlegging either.
Yeah,
However, it does remind me of that, so I'm going to say greasy.
Cool.
Greasy it is.
Very well justified.
Yes.
Explained there. Top man. Top mark.
So yeah, thanks for joining us today, Martin.
Thanks for having me,
It's been
man.
a pleasure
It's
to
been
have you
good.
here. Before you go, we've got a gift for you.
Parting gift.
A parting gift.
I'm excited.
Okay, so we've got Martin.
Oh,
all
shit.
red do-rag on a Bossman ting.
100% cotton.
Jeez.
Yes, that's for you, my friend.
Mate, red and everything,
Yep.
blood settings,
Blood.
happy days.
Blood gang.
Yeah.
Again,
Actually
I'm not
got a
blood, but I'm not blood, but
got a little something for you guys as well.
yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, if this is like a PlayStation 4, then it's a bit of an awkward one, really.
It might be a wave cap. I'll be cutting my hair short again, mate. I'll tell you now.
It's like Christmas come early.
So, as I mentioned before, like, I'm big into magazines and stuff,
Yeah.
and they've served as a big inspiration for me. Kendrick Lamar on the
Sick.
cover of Vanity Fair.
Very sick.
Yeah,
Very
first,
sick.
to my knowledge, rapper to be on the cover of Vanity Fair.
Sick.
Oh, wow.
Very big
Sick.
deal. So, hopefully, it will serve as inspiration
Thank
to
you, my friend.
guys.
Sick.
Because in the near future, I want to see you guys in magazines too.
Of course.
And
And you
is
might
it-
be taking a picture.
Who knows?
You never know.
It will be.
And as you can see, it's viable for rappers now.
Yes.
Like, rap's
get
in the
on
mainstream.
Sick. Someone told me I looked like him the other day.
Fuck's sake. From the list of like miscellaneous black people I've been told I look like is a myth.
Give us a few.
Jay Hurst, Big Shaq.
No, no.
Yeah. Jay Hurst, Big Shaq, Frank Ocean, Paul Pogba whenever I dye my hair blonde. Every black footballer ever.
I think it's just like light-hearted racism.
Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as light-hearted racism. It's still racism. It's not like mayonnaise and like mayo light. It's racism.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun topic to end the show on.
Yes.
We always end on a positive.
Yeah.
Of
We always
course,
end on a
every
positive.
time.
Yeah, this
We
has
always
been
do.
the local geezers and racial hatred.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, folks. Catch us next time on the Local Geezer Podcast.
Geezer gang!